Wow, that was some commercial break, Ellie Mae.
Yes, it sure was. And I should explain that we're part of a network with Powder Rock Station and a few others, and that's where the commercials and special features come from. So what's new, Billy Bob?
Oh, I've got Mary Jane on the line. Seems she's got something to tell us about Cletus and Orville. Go right on ahead, Mary Jane.
Am I on the radio?
Yes, you are, Mary Jane.
Better turn down your radio bit there, Mary Jane. You're kind of bouncing back at us.
Oh, sorry about that.
Now, what did you have to tell us, Mary Jane?
Well, you know how all the car makers in Detroit City are having big trouble right now?
Yes, sirree, we sure do.
Well, last week, Cletus and Orville and a few of their friends took a trip up to Detroit City to try and help those car makers out of the mess they're in.
Well, just how do they help them out, Mary Jane?
Well, they saw some ads on the television from Detroit City where the car dealers were saying they had to clear their lots of vehicles by the end of the month. They said they would sell their vehicles with no money down and 0% financing, and they would take anything in trade, and that no reasonable offer would be refused.
Okay, Mary Jane, so what did Cletus and Orville do?
Well, Cletus and Orville and a few of the other boys got into Cletus's old van and drove up to Detroit City is what they did, and when they got there, it was around midnight. They said there wasn't nobody around, except about 6 or 7 local fellas keeping warm around a flaming oil barrel.
Keep going, Mary Jane. You're doing real fine for your first time on radio.
Thank you, Billy Bob. Oh yeah, since there wasn't nobody around to help them with their selection, the boys just selected their own new pickup trucks and drove them back on home to hunker down holler is what they did.
Well, what about their trade-ins, Mary Jane?
Oh right, I almost forgot that part. Cletus left his van, Orville left an old wheelbarrow, and some of the other fellas left fishing rods, skinning knives, jackknives, and that sort of thing.
Well, that's very interesting, Mary Jane.
Yep, but it's kind of sad though.
Oh, how's that, Mary Jane?
Well, Cletus and Orville said that even though they brung back 7 new pickup trucks, they hardly made a dent in that huge lot, and there's still plenty of pickup trucks left. Yep, Orville said they got them pickups jammed in tighter than those pickles they got in that big pickle jar at the Owl and the Possum.
Well, that is packing him in tight. So the boys are back now?
Oh yeah, the boys are driving them pickups around town. Cletus got a red one, bright as an apple, and Orville's is yellow like the sun. They say there's still plenty more where they came from. I hear tell some of the other boys is planning to go up later this week. They say those Detroit City car makers need all the help they can get. The boys figure it's our patriotic duty to help them car makers clear their lots.
Well, thank you for informing us about that, Mary Jane.
Yes, thank you, Mary Jane.
Well, thank you for having me on the radio. I surely did enjoy it.
I think it's time for another commercial break, Ellie Mae.
Yes, sirree, I think you're right about that, Billy Bob.